the long-expected refresh of a great fitness tracker. Does the Galaxy Fit Generation 3 have the right ingredients to become the best fitness tracker of 2024? Let's inspect. I think I can see what's going on in here. Most makers are creating these displays to be bigger and bigger because they know that we interact with them quite a lot, and already they tend to have the size of true smartwatches. The feature set, however, is different. And over here we have the Galaxy Fit Generation 3, one of the most popular fitness trackers that you can find right now on the market. And of course, in this video, we're going to find out everything meaningful about the series. I'm the Tech Mishka, great to meet everyone who is over here on a regular basis, and good to see you for the first time if you're about to subscribe to the channel. Over here we make a lot of cool tech inspections, and as usual this fitness tracker has been on my wrist 24/7 for the last couple of weeks, with exception for the charging cycles, so I'm ready to share everything that matters about it. Samsung is doing a great job with the price over here. Technically, at the time I work on the video, the tracker is not launched for each and every region, and the price varies between $60 and $70, which means that it will for sure go down for sales campaigns. This is a bit more than Xiaomi Band series, but undercuts the Inspire and Charge series by Fitbit. And you know how it works, it's all down to the features and the user experience in order to be the above-mentioned alternatives or not. The unboxing experience is rather good. I mean, this is an affordable piece of tech for Samsung standards. This smart wearable costs as much as an original case by the company. The screen is bigger than the predecessing generation, something well expected, because the last one we've had something for a reference was the end of 2022 when Fit 2 was released. My very first thought is that Galaxy Fit 3 reminds too much of Huawei Band series, the older generations though. There's a single side button, there are some health tracking sensors at the bottom, removable straps, a proper buckle so you wouldn't accidentally lose it. Looking at you, Mi Band. Once again, as soon as you power the tracker on, you would notice that there's a lot of green integrated in the interface. It's very common for the Xiaomi wearables and undeniably looks good on the AMOLED displays. But we're here not just for the user interface, we want to know everything, including the hardware details. The display has a size of 1.6 inches, AMOLED, it is of course touch-based, it lays inside this aluminum case and the body is waterproof. There's SpO2 tracking, HR tracking, the Galaxy Fit 3 can measure steps, stress, calories and similar, has a 208 mAh battery and connects to a smartphone via Bluetooth 5.3, and therefore we have a smartphone app, or a few of them. There are a few conclusions that we can already make based on the hardware specifications. First of all, the design, pretty awesome, and most of the specs are really good. However, if we have to be entirely fair, the differences between Generation 2 and 3 are not that significant. Because yes, there is a newer, brighter, better display, there is now SpO2 tracking functionality and a few other refinements, but generally the hardware of this body is not any better than some fitness trackers that others have released in the past couple of years, meaning that if you want to go outside, for instance, you wouldn't be able to count on GPS, and this can be particularly important because if you want to go for jogging, and if you still want to rely on getting some road details and speed information, this is going to be impossible unless you bring your smartphone with you, which for some people is not that convenient. On the other hand, I feel that Samsung have focused on what they really do best, and that would be bringing the best kind of user experience and a lot of great software features. So let me show you. As a starter, the menu navigation is super simple and intuitive. There's a short tutorial that you can follow at the beginning to train yourself about the most frequently accessed features. And in many ways, the functions here are similar to a true smartwatch. To me, the key satisfaction factor would be the snappiness of the interface. There's not a single glitch. Apparently, we have a good enough processor, which combined with a bright 60Hz display gives a really great feeling when scrolling. The quick toggles also appear to be very helpful. The cards are, as expected, really beautiful and actionable. You can tap on most of them, and this will bring you to the corresponding app or menu. And it is all organized similarly to the Galaxy Watch series, meaning that if you come from a Galaxy Watch device or later on decide to upgrade to one, you're going to find a lot of things in common. The amount of apps is really modest, or at least it looks like it at the first sight, because Samsung does something really smart. They pack all the health-related features under the Health app, and although it looks like a small thing, I'm now asking myself the question why no one else has figured this out yet. In fact, most of the measurements are tuned to perfection, steps counters are spot on, heart rate tracking is really accurate, SpO2 looks good to me, even the sleep tracking data is really detailed and accurate, although it tends to believe I'm waking up a bit more often than I do in reality. The band can automatically detect sports, which I took advantage of. If you walk for more than 10 minutes, Galaxy Fit3 is going to trigger an activity, but this feature consumes a lot of battery juice. Speaking of which, although Samsung promised 13 days, with always on display during the day and all the health tracking features on, it's been solid 4 days for me. Get rid of the always on display, reduce the HR and the SpO2 samples, and don't launch workouts too often, and you're going to easily have 7 to 8 days per charge, which is a good result, especially the former one with the AOD. You also count on a bunch of productivity features and reminders, such as access to the calendar, timers, a calculator, the world clock, and so on. The band is rather multitasking. You can start even 10 different timers, and you're still going to be able to navigate through the interface and have them running in the background. Oh, and the actionable notifications, perhaps my personal favorite feature. Well, you do have just the basic options to respond, but let me remind you that some of the rivals still don't offer such a function. If you hoped to see some advanced actions for certain apps, such as archiving an email for Gmail, well, such are not present yet. Quite impressive is the alarm function, because not only you can set alarms locally for the band, but you can also control these on your smartphone as long as it's a Samsung one. There happen to be a number of improvements with the smartphone app experience. The Galaxy wearable is used for configuration and changing the settings, such as the watch faces. There are a lot of good of them. Most are nicely looking and functional, some even customizable. You can create watch faces on your own with a picture of your choice. There will be regular updates to the tracker, so some extra features might appear over time as well. What won me over this time is the fact that the wearable app has downloaded all the needed plugins automatically. We can think of that as a simplification or consolidation. The measured health data is inside Samsung Health, which is one of these kinds of software that you either like or not. Or you might be somewhere in between, where I feel I'm standing, but the information about HR, about sleep tracking and so on is really detailed. And if you practice sports outdoors with your smartphone around, there's going to be a lot of extra information to count on. So, overall, functional, good and reliable, but there are some things that Samsung could have done otherwise. To the drawbacks, I'm going to put the lack of NFC for contactless payments, there's no Smart Assistant feature because there is no microphone, and maybe the lack of a Pro version with GPS inside. I think the rest is good. Well, in the end, during the whole time I've been working on this video, I kept on asking myself the question, why don't Apple have their take on a fitness tracker and how it should be done the right way? I mean, here's the Galaxy Fit3, and in no way it is a bad one. Actually, the refinements, especially in terms of hardware, the improvement around the display and all the new software features feel pretty great. So if you already own a Samsung smartphone and you want to stay in the ecosystem and you want something that is really perfectly integrated with your smartphone, this would be a great buy. It works with any sort of Android devices too, but here's the deal. There are certain other fitness trackers by other manufacturers which would be a better value, because at the very same price you can get something which has a GPS inside. Even some of them might have NFC implementation, which allows you to make some contactless payments. Well, the Galaxy Fit3 does not let you do this. So it's kind of a weird choice. Yes, if you're a Samsung user, definitely the Galaxy Fit3 would feel as a good upgrade. However, limits you in terms of software features, because apparently Samsung do not want to let you use some of those premium options that are currently available only for the Galaxy Watch series. So what do you think? Is it a good tracker? Is it the best of 2024? And does it have any chance against the more affordable Xiaomi Smart Band 8 series? Let's talk about all of that in the comment section below the video. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and in case you enjoyed, subscribe. In case you want to help me, then use the links from the video description because that greatly helps me to keep on working on this channel. And if you want to support me in any other way or form, check the description for more information. Thanks for watching, enjoy your day. I'm the Tech Mishka, can't wait to see you in the next episode. Bye.